Welcome to the Curated Beauty Podcast. Jessica Christie here, a health and beauty enthusiast who became a medical practitioner to be the authority on how to enhance both your outer beauty and inner beauty for the most confident glow. Founding and owning a multi-million-dollar aesthetic medical practice in Michigan, my mission is to bring all the bi-coastal innovations to the fresh coast of Michigan, from which aesthetic treatment gives you the most bang for your buck to how to create systems to be both professionally fulfilled and still have freedom of time and relationships. We will be diving into it all. Okay, you guys, I am going to talk to you today about why, as a business, you should raise your prices. And I'm not talking about price gouging people. I'm not talking about raising them because of inflation. I'm talking about value again. Okay, so history of how we price our services. Okay, price commodities and why this matters to the consumer, so the buyer, and to the business, the seller. People used to practice barter economy, and they would trade their chicken eggs for medical care before there was currency. The limitation is that both people have to place value on what they're trading, which is not really scalable and usually would result in one or both parties doing one a favor. 4 eggs was likely not as valuable as a doctor giving the patient what they needed, like antibiotics for a life-changing bacterial infection. And maybe the doctor had enough chicken eggs and the patient didn't have anything else to offer them. And so they're not going to be a jerk and not cure this very treatable disease and let the person die because, all they had was eggs. So we saw the emergence of the currency concept with, shells and metals and salts, flour, eventually coins and paper money. And we then had guilds in the marketplace and organization of industries, setting standardized pricing. And then we even saw the emergence of monopolies. And then we had the Industrial Revolution, where we were developing systems of efficiency and developing mass production and how to make that cheaper, which led to competitive pricing. And then once we entered the 20th century and very difficult times during war, we saw things like minimum wage and what we had to pay people and price controls against the monopolies. Sales tactics started to emerge, like this is 99 cents and real-time price adjustment capabilities. Then I even remember when I was a kid seeing like the Walmart rollbacks with the little smiley face flying around. That's real-time adjusting. So people are trained to want good value. And price is honestly just what something costs. And it varies so drastically between everything that it's really irrelevant. And value is what is subjective. And as Warren Buffett says, price is what you pay, value is what you get. So how do we increase our value so that we can essentially charge whatever we want? Because it's the only option. And by the way, just once again, this isn't in efforts to make more money from people or trick them. What you sell should absolutely embody the most value. And if you aren't showing up with more value, you don't deserve to ask for more money for what you're doing. So when we are talking about the medical aesthetics practice and pricing our products and services, we rely on suggested retail, the history of what we do. And I'm not wrong. We check the marketplace. We take the average of what everyone is charging for a service around us. And honestly, we're even talking more so about just syringes of filler and units of Botox and just talking about that price and teaching people to commoditize us. And then we maybe even undercut that to stay quote unquote competitive. And then we add a little extra something in so that we think that we're the best option. And we think, who wouldn't buy from what we're selling because we're the cheapest? I mean, is that what you want to be? Cheap, does that have a positive connotation to the term? I don't think so, especially not for what we're selling. This is not what people want. They want value. They want to know that what they're paying for is lower than the perceived value that they place on this product or service. So we aren't just talking about where higher prices mean someone's being exploited or we are being greedy as the business owner. So how can we in the medical aesthetics world increase our value? You see, value isn't just about cutting costs or offering the lower price. It's about understanding the full landscape of your business. You obviously need to know the costs and the value of your expertise and your advertising expenses and of your brand reputation. And for this, I use CPAs for profit and loss reports and business consultants to measure my performance against the industry standard. But most importantly, I factor in the quality of my services and of my team members and how much effort I put into my number one priority, which is my team, who then trickles into their number one priority, which is our patients. And the benefit I offer in terms of time saving and overall customer satisfaction. We are operating in a realm of maximizing results with less downtime and discomfort, which is really what people care about. It's also about customizability, the quality of aftercare, and almost a warranty-like expectation of an outcome. If I sell someone a halo and it doesn't do what their expectation was for their melasma, they're going to want their money back. But if I sell them a treatment to help their melasma and their halo didn't do exactly what they wanted it to, they come back to the table and we talk about it as a team because I sold them an outcome. And we have set an expectation for what these services are going to do, and they know that it's an ongoing relationship. So if a patient doesn't follow through with a complete package, how can we really truly deliver the expected result and make good on our end? So we're talking about shifting focus to outcome-based pricing. And that brings me to the core of today's talk. Outcome-based pricing. We're not just selling syringes of filler or units of Botox. We're selling the promise of potentially facial balancing and restfulness. And we offer financial options to make these transformations more accessible. Your skin, like your car, is an ongoing investment. The price you initially see may give you a shock, but it's very different in terms of the value that you're offering that piques their interest and makes them ask, why do they charge more? What is the difference here? And that's the doorway to explaining the immense value that we offer and educating our patients on how we are different. So if you can deliver results, people will come back. That's why we reward our committed patients with memberships that offer both actual and perceived added value. So as we gear up to offer even more groundbreaking services and expand into the regenerative medicine practice to our loyal customers, remember, in the end, it's not about the price tag. It's about the value that we are delivering. And I encourage everyone listening to know your worth and to charge accordingly. And if you're a patient, know that if you're not getting what you're thinking that you want, or if there's something lacking, find a practice that values and places value on giving you all of the other things other than just a syringe of filler. So stay tuned for some very exciting new offers exclusively for our VIP members. But for now, think about this. It's not about what you paid. It's about the value that you receive. Thank you everyone for tuning in. This is Jessica Christie signing off. Until next time, keep prioritizing what truly matters. Congratulations, you have done it. You've reached the end of an episode on the Curated Beauty Podcast and have enriched a part of your self-care by discovering something new. I hope this time together added a little perspective to your day and will ultimately boost your confidence and give you the strength to do all the hard things. As we walk through this journey together, follow our Curated Beauty Podcast. And if this resonated with you, share it with a friend, save the episode, and also follow our social media platforms in the show notes. We love to engage with our listeners on all levels.